Welcome to Just Us Friends. In our video library, we have a collection of tapes that help us to get through the little glitches of life, and these tapes are dedicated to certain issues. And my hope is that if you find that it's helpful to get you back in focus and out of the troubling times with a little ease, that you'll feel free to come back maybe even every day and get a little booster shot and get yourself going again. There are some emotional struggles that some of us deal with, and some of these are actually quite debilitating. One of the scariest things that many people have to struggle with is anger. A lot of times people dealing with anger are thought to be and think themselves to be somebody who has kind of a character flaw, and that they can't control their temper, or other people are very critical of them for being kind of a nasty personality. But the truth is, there are a lot of reasons that people have anger that is sometimes beyond their capacity to handle it in everyday life. Some people inherit a tendency to have a lot of anger, and some people have had a head injury or have a brain disease or just have mental health issues that contribute to anger out of control. Then, of course, there are people who succumb to anger when they are abusing substances that take away their ability to think clearly and relax their impulse control. And so they're angry when they drink, or they're angry if they're doing drugs. Anger, of course, can be dangerous for some, and there are many, many people who live in fear, rightfully so, of angry people. And there are some of you that are angry and explosive, and you may have already lost a partner who has left you because of your anger issues, or may have actually done damage or hurt others, or even yourself in your life because of anger. Anger oftentimes is ignored as something that is treatable and worthy of looking at and analyzing in your life. And if you have anger issues, if you're afraid of your temper, if you're afraid of hurting somebody, especially if you're afraid of hurting your children, it is very important to go and get your level of anger evaluated. Talk to a doctor, talk to a psychiatrist, talk to a therapist, and look at your anger issues. Take some time now, as we're discussing it, to look at maybe the horror that anger has caused in your life. You might even want to make a list of the things that you've done during times of anger that you really regret, and assess for yourself the control that you have over anger. If your anger is out of control, then it's time to do something. If it's a matter of stopping yourself, and that's not so hard to do, the most important thing is to learn how to stop and take deep breaths. Interrupt that cycle of anger. Usually anger comes because deep down we're frightened about something, or we're feeling that we're losing something, or that somebody in some way is threatening or trying to hurt us. Interrupt that cycle by stopping and taking deep breaths and reassuring ourselves that we're okay, telling yourself that you can handle this and you're going to handle it wisely. The one that anger always hurts the worst is us. We're always the one that comes out receiving the worst consequences of our angry actions. After you've stopped the angry behavior, after you've taken deep breaths, consider what it is that you're really afraid of, or that is really threatening, or that has set off this angry impulse to begin with. Consider what it is that you really need. You have to be the one that gives that to you. Nobody else can give it to you. Give yourself some time to consider. Do you need to talk to yourself gently? Do you need to relax? Do you need some food? Do you need to stop drinking? Do you need to reassure yourself that you're safe? Take the time to consider what it is you really need and give that to you. Nobody else is the bad guy. Nobody else is the meanie. Nobody else has hurt you. You're participating in a loop that feeds your fears and responds with anger. Cut the loop, and the best way to do that is to breathe and relax. Treat yourself gently. Reassure yourself that you're going to be okay, and don't